In this video, I'm going to provide a performance update on my Trading 212 ISA portfolio. It's been a while since I did one of these videos, over 3 months, and I recently made some buys. I made some buys this month, so I thought it was a good time to get this video out there. If you're new here, my Trading 212 ISA portfolio is my individual stock portfolio, and it complements my main portfolio, my main ISA portfolio, which is with InvestEngine. That's a fund-focused long-term portfolio, and for that I have a goal to reach 100k within the next 2 years. I'm currently on 45k, and if you want to follow my journey with that, I have video links in the description. My Trading 212 portfolio is much smaller than my InvestEngine portfolio, and it only focuses on a couple of stocks. Nonetheless, it's a portfolio I'm passionate about. I only invest in stocks I'm really passionate about, and it's also a bit of fun for me because it's such a low percentage of my overall portfolio, so I can take a bit more risk in the approach I have with Trading 212. So let's get into it, bring up the app and take a look at how my portfolio is performing. We can see that my portfolio currently has a balance of just under £1,700. It has a balance of £1,669. In terms of the return since I opened this portfolio, we can see that the percentage return is 21.5% and the pound return is £467. So I'm up £467 since I opened this portfolio. And I'm pretty sure that this rate of return feature across the different time periods wasn't there last time I did one of these updates. And it's something I've wanted for a long time, this feature, so it's very neat to see. This is very useful information. What we've gone through so far is the total rate of return since I opened the portfolio, but let's also show the rate of return since I last did one of these updates, which was around 3 months ago. So let's select the 3-month tab there, and we can see that across the last 3 months, my portfolio has had relatively good performance. It's up by 6.4% in percentage terms and £70 in pound terms. And looking at this specific graph here, it tells a story as it shows that the portfolio has been slowly growing in value across those 3 months. And at the end of the 3-month period, which was a few days ago, the portfolio had a massive jump. And this is simply because I deposited £500 into this portfolio. That's why the jump is there. It's not investment growth, it's the fact I made a deposit. So now we know a bit about the performance, let's look at what's driving the performance with the individual stocks in this portfolio. When I begun this portfolio, I had several different stocks. I had many stocks, and many didn't perform well. So I changed my approach. I reduced the number of stocks in this portfolio to companies I truly believed in terms of their long-term potential. And now I have just 2 companies in my portfolio. And those companies are Alphabet and Microsoft. And we can see the majority of my funds are in Alphabet, just over £1,000. And overall, this stock is up by 21.63% in percentage terms and £178 in pound terms. And this is its performance overall. If we look into the performance over the past 3 months, we can see that it's up around 4.8, 4.9% over the past 3 months. So good performance. And we can see that for the start of the period, there was a massive jump. And recently, there was actually a massive fall, massive dip. And that dip actually inspired me to buy more into Alphabet, as I set aside £500 to invest in Alphabet and Microsoft, and I was just waiting for a slight dip to put the money into those stocks. If we go back and take a look at the performance of Microsoft, we can see that this stock has also done relatively well for me. It's up by 18.61% overall in percentage terms, and just over £100, £104 in pound terms. And if we look at the performance over the past 3 months, it's a very different picture to Alphabet, as Microsoft is actually in the red over the past 3 months. It's down by 1.91%. And this means that over the past 3 months, what's been driving the relatively good performance in this portfolio is purely Alphabet, purely Google. In terms of the changes I've made to this portfolio over the last 3 months, I mentioned I invested during the dip for Google and also during the dip for Microsoft. And we can head over to transactions to see exactly how much I invested in each of those stocks. On the 6th of February, I made a £500 deposit and I invested £260 of that into Alphabet and £240 into Microsoft. And this means I keep a larger percentage of my portfolio into Alphabet. It's an Alphabet heavy portfolio. I have just over £1,000 invested in Alphabet and £667 invested in Microsoft. And this is very intentional as the PE ratio of Alphabet is lower, the forward PE ratio is lower, so I see more value in Alphabet at the moment. There is of course some risks, some big risks upcoming with Alphabet in that they may be broken up and we don't really know, at least I don't know, how this will impact the stock. But I'm willing to take the risk here as I mentioned at the start of the video, this is a smaller portfolio for me and complements my main portfolio, which is with InvestEngine. And because it makes up a small percentage of my overall investment portfolio, I'm willing to take more risk. But overall, coming back to this portfolio and how it's performed over the past 3 months, I'm relatively happy with the performance as it's in the green. In terms of my future plans for the portfolio, it's going to be the same as it's been for the last 6 months in terms of no regular deposits, no monthly deposits, as my monthly deposits go into my InvestEngine portfolio, but I'll be keeping aside £500 here and there when I see a good opportunity. I'm willing to invest up to £2,000 this year into Microsoft and Google, but I want to invest when the time is right. And this week or last week, I thought the time was right to put £500 into these stocks as they did dip slightly. I don't know if that will work out. They may go further and it may work out as investing at a very bad time. As traditionally trying to time the market doesn't end well, it's incredibly hard to do. But for this video, that's my Trading 212 portfolio update. If you want to check out my InvestEngine portfolio, I have a video around here. Thank you for watching.